Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about episode 4 of Creature Commandos. Chasing Squirrels is the title of this one. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. And before we get started, I just want to tell you, go check out my reaction to the teaser trailer for Superman that I did earlier today. Man, oh man, what a trailer. What a trailer. But let's talk about the first project in the new DCU, Creature Commandos. That's right. As I said at the beginning, this is episode 4, Chasing Squirrels. So you might be able to deduce that this episode's focused in on Weasel, just like the last one was focused on G.I. Robot, and the one before that was focused in on the Bride. Who would have thought? When did the Suicide Squad come out? Was that like 2021? So who would have thought that 4 years later, or whatever, however long it's been, that a character like Weasel, someone that was barely in that movie really, 4 years later, I would be getting emotional over this character. Like, they do things with that character in this episode that made me feel emotional. Like, towards the end of this episode, I was like, wow, I did not see this backstory coming for Weasel. I thought, the Weasel episode would just be like how he became Weasel. But no, it really dives into some very good stuff. It shows Weasel before he was tangled up with Amanda Waller and stuff, just living in the wild. And he's found by a group of kids outside of a school, and he befriends the kids, and he's playing with them one day, and then some hillbilly finds out, and things go awry. The school gets set on fire. Squirrel. Weasel is trying to save the kids, and people just keep, shooting at him, taking him down, thinking he's trying to, kill the kids, and he's trying to save them. Like, Weasel was a hero, could still technically be a hero if he wasn't, trapped in Amanda Waller's machinations. So just a tragic, tragic backstory for Weasel, and that's what he's dreaming about all the time when he's sleeping and, having trouble sleeping, and they just think he's some mindless creature thinking about chasing squirrels, as the Bride says, and just truly tragic, tragic stuff. And speaking of tragic, Frankenstein shows back up in this episode and attacks Rick Flag because he sees him and the Bride talking and thinks that they must be in love with each other. So he attacks Rick Flag and they get into it. And then Rick Flag, of course, is having trouble because Amanda Waller wants the team to go back to, how do you pronounce it? Let's just call it Pikistan, because I can't remember how to pronounce it. Sorry. And she wants Rick Flag to take the commandos back to kill the princess because Cersei has her convinced that the princess is going to take over the world. Rick Flag's like, I'm not doing that. I just smashed that cookie. I'm not going back in there to kill her. And it looks like him and Frankenstein will be teaming up because the Bride is put in charge of the commandos, and she takes Weasel, Dr. Phosphorus, who I think is still my favorite character. I really dig Dr. Phosphorus, and Nina to go back and finish the job. So it looks like maybe they'll fight, and then, of course, we know Clayface gets involved somehow, some way, so I'm very curious to see how this shapes out, what it might mean for the future of the DCU and Rick Flag Sr. going forward, because we know he's in Superman and he's in Peacemaker Season 2. And in this episode, we get our first official look at Gorilla Grodd in the DCU. We technically get our first look at Batman in the DCU. And John Economos from Peacemaker and other things comes back in this, and he's sporting his wound from the end of Peacemaker when he fought off the aliens. What else? There was a great line where Dr. Phosphorus is like, great, now everyone's happy, except you, because you have no food. And you're ugly. Just the dry delivery from Alan Tudyk made me laugh out loud. There was no G.I. Robot in this episode, which that kind of makes me think maybe he's gone for good. Unless Nina's like working a side job trying to get him put back together, I think G.I. Robot might actually be gone for good, which is kind of a bummer. But of course, we'll probably see him in the upcoming Sergeant Rock movie from Luca Guadagnino, so that's exciting. There was one thing I didn't like in this episode. It's when they're interrogating Cersei, and Amanda Waller just randomly starts talking about how scantily clad Cersei is, and like how sexy superheroes think they have to look, and like how sexy they are, and just how sexed up superhero culture is. And her and John Economos have like a conversation about it, and it just felt weird. It felt out of place. It felt very unnecessary. Like, I don't know, something about the conversation just kind of made me feel a little weird, and it was odd. It was off-putting in my opinion, and I just don't think it was really needed. Like, we get it, like Wonder Woman, basically a swimsuit. Like, we get it. You don't have to just be like, rub it in, It felt a little weird, a little off-putting writing in my opinion, but other than that, I thought this episode was great. I'm really liking this show so far. I think we got 3 episodes left now, so I think we're about to go into some big battle over in the foreign country there, and I'm starting to wonder, maybe the princess is Clayface. Maybe that is the big thing, and that'll lead us into the Clayface movie somehow. I'm not quite sure, but what did you guys think of episode 4 of Creature Commandos? Did you like it? How does it rank in the episodes that you've seen so far? Let's chat down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and go check out my teaser trailer reaction to Superman that dropped this morning. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys right here next time.